So in this video, we're going to demonstrate the completion of the school function assessment. And this is a questionnaire that can be completed. It's usually completed by more than one person in the school system that knows the student, that is familiar with the student's typical performance. And in this, we're going to be talking about Charlie. He's a male student in the 4th grade. He has Down syndrome. This is Jennifer. Jennifer is his special education instructor. And I'm Andrea. I'm Charlie's OT in the school system.
Okay, let's start by talking about Charlie's participation in the regular classroom. I'm going to rate him a 3. He does participate in all the activities and is very enthusiastic about them, but he still needs help with his aid and knowing what's going on, how to complete the assignments, making sure that he's on time, cleaning up, and certain activities such as cutting and whatnot. He needs to be supervised.
So let's talk about Charlie's, in part 2, the task supports and specifically using materials. So during his occupational therapy sessions, we work together on using school tools, of course, like pens and pencils, markers, scissors and glue. And in these tasks, Charlie usually needs some moderate assistance. And so I'm going to score him a 2 on using materials as task support.
For part 3, with his activity performance, let's discuss how he moves in line with his classmates. I'm going to rate him a 4, which is consistent performance. He keeps his hands to himself. He walks in line. He does what he's asked to do. He's quiet when asked. He does a really good job.
And I would add that he doesn't need assistance in that, and I would agree with the 4 of consistent performance. The school function assessment is usually completed by therapists, instructors, and aides who are familiar with the student's performance typically. So it's not the type of assessment where you would ask the student to perform a certain activity or task and then score them. And it can be administered, for example, if Jen, his instructor, I could give the scoring booklet to her and have her fill out certain sections of it, and then she could give it back to me for sections that are more appropriate to me. We could give it to the speech and language pathologist as well, for example, for help on filling this out. So the score sheet is relatively clear, and it comes with 3 sections. So here's a sample from part 1, participation. And you can see this item represents participation in the regular classroom or participation in the special education classroom. And for each item, you score the student on a scale from 1 to 6. And what you do in the end, basically, is you total these scores, and then the user's manual provides a table that you can use to basically determine the student's performance and rate the student's performance.
The assessment comes with a manual, a rating scale guide, and a score sheet.